Good evening again, guys. Sorry about that. We've got another reset and just the 50% race to come with a custom grid. Just waiting for HBosworth to ready up, and we're just going to wait for these guys to do do their setups crucially. So, guys, just remember your setups and all the other things like your strategy and your fuel, what have you. Did you put the weather to clearly?
It's overcast the way it was.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was just double checking. Oh yeah, it was about that. Right, so yeah, so 16 again. We're just having a restart because of a glitch and a couple of drivers leaving in the formation lap, which caused a glitch to the lobby. But we're back for our 27 lap race of Russia, and someone has now readied up. It doesn't look like there's anyone readied up on our screen, really. That's very strange.
I'll be making sure everybody's got their setups on, their tyres correct.
Well, let's hope so. It did seem like they had just enough time. Got a couple of drivers still just sorting that out with a few seconds to go. And we're about to get ready now for the formation lap. And as we get started, and so Carl on pole. Once again, let's just see what we're saying about the tyres.
Panda and Avinash are on the wrong tyres.
Right, okay. But to be fair, they're on a worse option now, Lee. So they haven't really gained any advantage doing that, I wouldn't say. Dark Stomper now on the mediums, not the hards. That's a change up. He's not feeling too confident on those hard tyres now.
Possibly, I mean, he's probably seen what everybody's strategy is and now he's figured that out, what he thinks would be best against everyone else. He was probably expecting a good few other people to go hard, so he'd be able to capitalise at that moment and get through the grid. But hey ho, let's see how the cookie crumbles.
One second, Lee.
That's no worries. So, as we get started here in Russia today, we'll go through a quick rundown of the grid. So we've got Carl in P1, Gods in P2, H. Bosworth in 3rd, Judge Santi 4th, Mars 5th, Beckett in 6th, Rabbi in 7th, Avinash in 8th, I. Marshall in 9th, Panda 10th, Phoenix in 11th, Dresmic 12th, Cons, Fatality round out 13th and 14th, and then Dark Swamper in 15th, with Milan Massimo backing up the grid due to a qualifying ban.
Yeah, so he was in 15th, but we put him back to 16th, sorry, because we thought that was a little bit fairer, as he did have a quali ban. We're seeing Carl now lining up the grid, a little bit of a gap between second place, and we're seeing Milan just about to come through the penultimate corner on this track.
So we'll get ready just a moment.
Yeah, we will. Just seeing the last drivers pull up on the grid with Milan Massimo just getting ready. We, as I said, we are the host, so we're not expecting to see the actual lights go out as it is in this game for us at the moment. So we're just seeing the guys rev up to start this race. We're just going to have to go by their revs. And we're away in Tuesday night racing for the Russian Grand Prix. And H. Bosworth's moved up to second. Great start from the Racing Point driver. And he's made it into second with Gods and Judge Santi going side by side. They're all good through turn 1 with the Ferrari at the background. Almost going into the wall on the left-hand side. Going through turn 2. 3 at Brest is 3rd, 4th and 5th. And Rabbi loses out a couple of positions. Front wings are plenty going off and on the track. Mars up to 7th place. Virtual safety car has been deployed. I'm not sure who had wing damage there. Leah, did you catch that?
I'm trying to see. It looks like Collins has got damage. I'm not sure if I can see anyone else. I think there isn't possibly, as he's dropped 3 places, unless he just got a poor start.
We'll have a quick look at that, Lee. The position changes. Dark Stomper's moved up 2 places. No one's moved up more than 2 places, and we're green again with H Bosworth right on the back of Carl and maybe making a move for the lead here. No DRS, of course, as of yet. Gods is quite close behind Avanash, overtaking King Panda down the DRS straight with their DRS not enabled just yet. Phoenix on the outside in big lockup and a bit of contact between Phoenix and King Panda. Ryan Marshall trying to sneak down the inside of turn 12 and he's not able to get that move done. We've got Dark Stomper going round the outside of Ryan Marshall, now got the inside for turn 14. He gets the move done. Great move from the Haas driver up to 11th place. We've got King Panda coming into the pits with that front wing damage, obviously struggling. 1 second now separates the top 2. Judd Santi close behind. God's going to look to the inside on those soft tyres, maybe able to get that move done on the brakes, but God's is trying to fight back and gets run off onto the sausage curbs. Now Rabbi goes round the outside at turn 3 into towards turn 4.
Just been watching Dark Stomper. He went and came from 15 from the grid and he's probably...
Yeah, he's in 10th already. Lee, would you just turn your mic up a little bit, mate? Just struggling to hear you slightly. That's alright, mate. And Avanash is on the back of Mars on those soft tyres. Let's see if he can get the move done. Of course, we've got another half a lap until DRS is enabled, and crucially, we're seeing a couple of the drivers out the pits fighting for position. Panda and Fatality fighting for 13th place, and Fatality seems to have had that move done and dusted now towards turn 5. Through he comes now, and Drismic I Marshall is trying to stick with Dark Stomper. He's made good places at the first part of this race, and look like Beckett's had a problem. Avanash round the outside, late on the brakes, got Mars just ahead of him. Beckett being squeezed on the apex there. Lee, good move from Avanash there, moving up to 7th place.
Yeah, that was quite good. Managed to keep it in nice and tight so that Beckett didn't have any space to go.
DRS is enabled, flying through turn 1 now. That little kink and going to get a lot more straight line speed as Rabbi. Going to have to go round the long way though, and he's going to get later on the brakes, and he does, and he goes into 3rd place with H Bosworth just ahead, and Carl is starting to creep up the advantage now. Judd Santi is still very, very close to the back of Gods is just on the back of Judd Santi. These guys are all fighting for 3rd place. It looks like there could be a battle occurring at the back of the pack lead between Cons and King Panda. Cons is going to try and make an overtake as they go on to lap 3. DRS is enabled for them now, goes down the inside of turn 1, gets a bit of a squeeze from Panda there actually, and I don't think there was any need for that really for turn 1. It's a bit of a sketchy corner to be putting on a squeeze, and gets the move done into turn 2, and very good overtake there from the birthday boy. Gods is still right on the back of Judd Santi on those medium tyres. In a good position at the moment is Gods on those medium tyres, Lee.
Yeah, I mean, he's only 5 seconds adrift from the leader. So
sorry, Lee. Phoenix round the outside of Beckett at turn 13 into the chicane, gets the move done on the Alfa Romeo. It was master against apprentice there, Lee, and well, of course, mate. May the 4th be with you, mate. With just to put in the little Star Wars reference there, Dark Stomper coming up on the back of Beckett and has DRS for good measure, and he's going to get a little bit more straight line speed. Beckett's going to fight back on Phoenix with no DRS. Down the inside he goes on those medium tyres, going to try and brake later, gets the squeeze brakes, goes late, switchback for Phoenix, takes back the place, goes up to 8th place. Good awareness, good racecraft there from Phoenix, with that dodgy shoulder he's got, of course.
Yeah, that was actually quite decent there. Managing to get the switcheroo done, and Becca went a bit deep.
Milan Massimo is on the back of King Panda as they go on to lap 4. DRS is enabled for him, getting a bit more straight line speed, about 15 miles an hour more straight line speed as you go into turn 1, both on the same tyres, and Panda gives him a squeeze. Side by side they go, and Panda holds the position. That was hard racing between the two of them there. No damage caused between the two of them.
On board, Dark Stomper's going for a move on Beckett down the DRS straight in the middle sector, and he gets it done before the corner.
Nice, and now he's got Phoenix to dispatch just ahead of him. Avinash is struggling to hold on to the back of Mars on those medium tyres. So Gods and Mars both in a really good position, and of course H. Bosworth, second at the moment. We might have 2 weeks in a row. I'm actually going to retract that. I'm not going to put a commentator's curse on this one. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Anyway, back to that. Judd Santi, I Marshall overtakes Beckett. Beckett's got some wing damage and a bit of a collision there. I don't know if that was with another driver or with a wall. But anyway, Panda is fighting with Milan Massimo again. Panda getting a bit out of shape through turn 13.
Still watching this battle for third place here between Judge Santi, Gods and Rabbi.
And I would say Gods is in the best position at the moment, because those tyres in a couple of laps time are going to become the better tyre there.
Yeah, it's
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Avinash down the inside on Phoenix. Phoenix down the inside on Avinash, with them two going side by side. Judge Santi goes into third, passes Rabbi into the end of the DRS straight into turn 11, sorry, through turn 12. And what a move for Judge Santi to move up to third place. I think two drivers now are in the rostrum positions who have never been on the podium, Lee.
Well, that's actually quite nice. No, sorry, I just got a bit lost for words there. I've been watching battles all over the track here.
Yeah, it's been pretty busy, and it's getting busier with Rabbi going round the outside again, well before the end of the straight, with that DRS really aiding him, and that was not really much of a spectacle there. It was pretty easily done. Now Panda back in the pits again, running round at the back. He's going to wish for a safety car. Beckett into the pits, had that wing damage, of course. Avinash is close to the back of Phoenix, and Dark Stomper is also close to the back of him as well. And Fatality moves up a position with Beckett in the pit lane. This battle for third still going on, with Gods right on the back of the gearbox of that Alpha Tauri now, Lee.
I'm watching.
Cons has retired from the session. Big crash for Cons down the start-finish straight. He needs to be careful. Just Milan Massimo going through there. Virtual safety car deployed. That is a big shock, actually. I just thought it was a safety car where that car was placed.
Oh well, I've not. Oh yeah, that should have been a safety car actually.
So
Hopefully it's delayed, but yeah, it's delayed by the time Panda gets near it.
So I don't know what happened to Cons there. That was very strange. Anyway, so virtual safety car is deployed, and see if anyone can make good on this virtual safety car restart. Got Judd in the pits. Let's hope the safety car stays out a little bit longer for him. It might do. It was a big incident. Oh, and it doesn't. Safety car is in. So that might not have been a good call for Judd there. He was on the soft tyres, of course. So he's just going for the long stint now. Gods is close behind Rabbi, but no DRS for the Williams driver. 1.6 seconds behind. 1.6 seconds is H. Bosworth behind Carl now, and he's really in his sights, Lee.
I've just seen two moves happen there. There was Dark Stomper and Avinash and Phoenix and Mars, I think it was.
Mars is Dark Stomper. Dark Stomper is looking to have a go at Mars. Mars has a big lock up there, but I think Mars is not going to give this place up too easily. Oh! Wing damage for Dark Stomper. I have no idea what happened there. He's making his feelings known there. He needs to be careful what he does, though. He doesn't want to react too badly. I have no idea what happened there. What's going on with the two of them? Oh, this is not good. We've not seen this all season from Dark Stomper or Mars. They've been fighting all season towards the front. I'm not too sure what happened there. Does that look like a brake check to you?
I have no idea. But, I have no idea, to be honest, but Mars hasn't got any damage, I don't think. Not from what I could see.
I'm not sure what he's doing. He's off the track. It doesn't look like he's got damage, but he's going very slowly. I hope he doesn't just retire from this race, because he's certainly not out of it. Got Dark Stomper going into the pits, got Avanash going into the pits as well. I'm not too sure what happened there.
Yeah, Mars is in the pits.
But he has no wing damage. So what you can see he may do is just sometimes have that glitch where it doesn't look like he's got damage. But he actually does. Got Dark Stomper going on the soft tyres. Going to do a double soft, I think. Very interesting. We'll see what happens after the race with incident reporting. But that is very uncharacteristic with the two of them, though. Very uncharacteristic.
Oh, Avanash and Mars both got a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. That's what it was.
Oh, what, he braked to try and...
I think maybe that's what it was. To be honest, I'm not sure.
Oh, sorry, Gods down the inside on Rabbi makes that move stick up to third place. H. Bosworth is comfortably in second at the moment, Lee.
Yeah, he's just cruising at his own pace at the moment. But the gap's still a wee bit here. He's got Rabbi still on his tail, who's on the soft, but they should be wearing off about now. Couldn't see him going much longer on them, 8 lap holds.
Just riding on board with Dark Stomper and seeing if he can make up any ground now. He's 10 seconds behind Avanash. He's got a bit of a tall order against him now. Rabbi right behind Godsley. Let's see if he can make any sort of attempt into turn 5. I think he's thinking about it, but he's not close enough as he sees that large rear wing of the Williams, that Sofina sponsor, just behind. We've only lost one driver. We've got a yellow flag. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think Mars is... I don't know what's going on with Mars today. Anyway, we've still got Dark Stomper making up some ground now. He's definitely not been defeated. He's got a virtual safety car deployed. And Avanash 3-second time penalty. 5-second time penalty for Mars, so I'm assuming he's now going to retire from the race. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's a great shame. I don't know why Mars was doing that, but anyway, we'll have to have a chat about it after the race. Said it's very uncharacteristic, and sorry you had to see that between the two of them. It's very strange and nice to see Dark Stomper. He's still trying to fight back. Obviously our championship leader at the moment, and still really trying to push on to get himself back up. Had H. Bosworth go into the pits under that VSC. That might have been a great call from H. Bosworth, because he's only come out in 5th place. We've got Drismic going down the start finish, and he's not going to come out ahead of H. Bosworth. Gods is in first now. Carl has also pitted. and I don't think the top three have pitted Lee. Marshall is still in the pits and losing ground, losing it to Avanash as well. Going to come out the pits just behind Avanash.
So, let's see, there's, so Milan is still in them hard tyres. You'll be hopefully trying to go to the end, but there's 7 lap hold. I'm not sure, could you see them going that distance?
Who, sorry?
The hard tyres, going 7 laps? There's 7 lap hold, sorry.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work it out. It's tall, isn't it? Struggle.
24 laps, roughly.
4 seconds is now the gap to the next driver is Marshall. The gaps are now separated up a little bit. Rabbi is very close to the back of Gods though, and he's got good pace on those soft tyres still, Lee.
Yeah. Here's that. I mean, he's keeping up to the back of Gods.
Big lockup for Gods there, going over the turn 3 bollard there, and I don't think he got a time penalty for that as we see RX Mars leave the session.
See Beckett and Milan. Beckett's just made a move on Milan. That's him up to 12th place. I think he got DRS on him. So he'll be happy with that for the time being, till he can move up some more. But you see, Panda's like
so far back.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Marshall and Avanash going side by side through turn 4, and Marshall actually lifting off through turn 5. They go now inside line for Avanash, goes round the outside, goes Marshall, but they're still side by side as they come up towards turn 6. Squeeze on for Marshall, and he's got the move done, and there was no contact between the two of them. Some hard racing going on with very little contact actually, at least. Quite good to see.
Yeah, that was actually quite a nice battle, to be honest.
But it's probably not over yet, Lee. It's Dark Stompers right on the coattails of the pair of them now, and Avanash will have DRS on Marshall. But Marshall, of course, has got those fresh medium tyres, so I'm surprised he's not getting away from Avanash as he's going to look to the inside or the outside. Down the inside for turn 11, he goes late on the brakes, he's going to go too deep, and Dark Stomper goes through, he makes 2 places in 1 corner, and that is why he's our championship leader for smart racecraft thinking moves like that, Lee.
Rabbi and Phoenix into the pits.
Rabbi, as I said, Rabbi and Phoenix into the pits. Drismic is up to 4th, and now H. Bosworth is up to 3rd, and he's net 2nd place at the moment, with God still not pitting, 13 seconds in the lead. Dark Stomper now takes fastest lap, even overtaking those 2 cars in 1 corner, Lee. So he's flying at the moment.
Yeah, he's really making up for unfortunate things that have happened today, so he'll be happy up to now, but he's still going to keep pushing, he's not going to give up. He's going to keep trying to make sure his championship lead doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't
deplete too much.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Sorry, I had an itch there that was trying to scratch. Well, saying that.
Thanks for that insight, Lee. As we see, as I said, the gaps are starting to open up a little bit, but I'm sure we're going to see some more overtakes from Dark Stomper. Rabbi is very close to the back of his teammate, and we'll see if Drismic does the teammate thing, or if he's going to fight for this 4th place. Of course, we could still have a safety car, of course, Lee.
Yeah, of course. In all honesty, right now, I think if you want to play the team game, it would be more wise to let Rabbi through.
It would be indeed, but we'll see if that happens. He's using overtake, so he might be trying to fight the position. He has stopped using it now. I think he's just let his teammate through as he's on those fresh tyres, and got a little bit of a gap to make up to H. Bosworth, but has those 2 lap newer tyres on his Mercedes. 12 seconds, or 12 and a bit seconds is the gap now to first to second. So Gods is going to come out probably in the battle with Rabbi, I would say, Lee, when he does eventually pit.
Possibly. Roughly about there, yeah.
And seeing Dark Stomper trying to catch up to Phoenix. Gaps closing between Fatality and Judd Santi. As we say, he's starting to claw his way back up in this race. We're at just about half distance now, and it's looking likely that Fatality might get a good result here, Lee.
Yeah, it is looking like it. I mean, he's still pushing hard, and soft tires seem to still be doing alright, so I think he's catching Judge Santi anyway.
He is.
So,
this is our closest battle on track. He's just in that DRS window, with the DRS detection point isn't till around this final corner after the start finish line, which is there, and it's just about there. So he's just yeah, the activation zone is just there.
It's literally on the point of opening.
Ah, okay. So as he comes down towards turn 2, not close enough was Fatality to Judd Santi just yet, and you see Dark Stomper still pushing like mad to try and catch back up. 5 tenths separate these two, the battle for 6th, and Drismic is not far ahead. I think it's all going to start warming up a little bit, Lee, towards the end of this race is how I feel like it's coming. Dark Stomper got a 3-second time penalty. Not seeing real big time penalty issues just yet.
Don't say that.
Are we going to see an attempt to an overtake into turn 11, Lee, from Fatality? No. Or is he a little bit too far back? He's using overtake. He's getting close to that. Red light is flashing on the back of that Alpha Tower. He's got no battery to deploy. He's just charging, and Fatality will know that, of course. And he might be a bit of a sitting duck in towards turn 2, Lee.
I think most likely, to be honest. I mean, with the DRS and the slipstream overtake, it's just too easy to catch up.
It does seem that way. Avanash has left the session. I'm sure he'll probably get back in the session in a few moments' time. All these guys now fighting for 5th are getting closer and closer together. It looks like Fatality is going to look for a move to the inside. Looks like he can get it before the braking zone. Just a big squeeze. That was a bit risky from Fatality there, Lee.
Yeah, I was able to see it through the right screen there. That was did kind of squeeze him a wee bit, but I think it was still fair from what I've seen anyway.
Dark Stomper still needs to get a bit of a move on, actually, because I think he's going to have to stop again for soft tyres.
Yeah, you will, but there's a few others that still need to stop as well. Well, there is like a header on that most likely need to stop anyway.
But he has definitely gone for the aggressive strategy choice. Oh, Phoenix is round. We just missed that, so I'm not sure if that's going to bring out any sort of VSC or safety car. It doesn't look like it, as he was able to regather his car up again. So it looks like we're going to go green again, as we do. Gods is still in the lead from 11 from Carl by 11 seconds. Fatality still right on the back of Drismic, and Judd Santi still in that fight as well. And Fatality dives into the pits probably for a set of softs for his final stint. Dark Stomper goes through on Fatality just about now. We'll see if Judd can make any sort of attempt of an overtake on Drismic, but Drismic has got a lot of battery. And Fatality just coming out the pit lane now. His teammate just coming into the pits as well. Looks like Fatality is comfortably going to come out in 9th place with a bit of a gap to 8th place. And Beckett is actually gone through. Oh, Beckett's gone through on Phoenix. Sorry. And Avanash still not rejoining the session. You sent Avanash an invite, Lee?
Yeah. He's offline, so I have no idea what's happened there. Possibly his internet's went down. But we've got a comment in from Meek, our Monday night commentator, saying, "Hello gents," saying, "What's up mate, how's it going?"
How you doing, Meek? You alright?
So let's see, back at the action here.
Gods is in the pit. Sorry, they're going on to those soft tyres now. We'll see where he comes out. Drismic is into the pits now. So Judge Santi's coming around the penultimate corner. He's at the pit exit now. Rabbi's coming down the start finish through turn 1. I think this is going to be a fight out the pits, Lee. And yeah, there he goes. Rabbi is just behind him, and he's going to go through on God. Sorry, he's going to Rabbi is going to go through on God, and side by side through turn 2 they go. And he's a big squeeze from Rabbi. He might have to give back that position as he was off the track, and I think he does. But he's already done the move now, and I think they're going to have to fight wheel to wheel together through turn 5. Big lockup for Gods on those soft tyres. Drismic loses a place to Fatality. Beckett coming down the start finish straight. I think we're going to have a parallel of just a few seconds ago with Drismic just coming out of the pits. He just gets a little bit ahead of Beckett.
I'm just watching this battle here between Rabbi and Gods. I mean, he's managed to get it into that window now with Gods hitting. But is he going to manage to just pull away?
It's looking like he is at the moment, because Rabbi is now out of DRS range, and it's just starting to drop back more and more through every corner, and that gap is shrinking to H. Bosworth, so he's going to have to try and maintain that gap as best as he can and hope those softs fall off towards the end of the race, where they'll probably be about equal match, Lee.
Most likely, yeah.
Dark Stomper into the pits, going to go for his last set of soft tyres. We'll see where he comes out as Fatality coming round the chicane in sector 3. We'll see what happens round the final couple of corners. Dark Stomper still not in his pit box yet. Marshall goes through Fatality round the final corner. Drismic coming round the final corner now, and Fatality has moved up. Drismic is down the start finish. This is going to be close between Drismic and Dark Stomper, I think. Maybe not so much. Maybe with Beckett it might be. I think that gap is just slightly too big as you see Dark Stomper come out the pits just ahead of Beckett. He's in 9th place. We've got some work to do now, Lee.
Yeah, yes, I mean, with going with that strategy of the 2-stop around here, I don't think it works as good as what you would think it would. But
whoa, Avanash and Panda, I have no idea what happened there. That was the AI car. I've got no idea what's happened there. Pretty sure that's the AI car. I don't think he came back. No, it is the AI car. So that was very strange. Yeah, and Panda did get damaged for that, so I think Panda's going to be out of this race. It's been a bit of a strange race today, Lee, I have to say.
Yeah, it's been a bit topsy-turvy, to be honest. A bit ups, downs and all rounds.
It definitely has. I'm not a fan of Russia, and this is making my point known about Russia. It's a rubbish track.
Stop being a negative, Nelly.
Alright. 3.2 seconds now separate H. Bosworth and God's Lee. We've still got quite a few laps to run in this race. Beckett is in the pits.
Now we're at think it may have been wiser at a lap or two earlier. You see Phoenix is just past him.
Do you know what? I'm just seeing Panda taking out Avanash.
Yep.
Oh, it's just... why?
Yep, just...
Anyway, we'll get back to the front with Dark Stomper. With Fatality overtaking Marshall. Dark Stomper overtaking Drismic and moved up to 8th place now. And not sure what was going on there. I think that was overtaking Avanash and Panda. It's a shame for Panda. It wasn't. It was just an AI error. But anyway, he'll just said we've had a few strange ones today with Dark Stomper now setting the fastest lap.
Yeah, he is gunning for a Marshall who'll be stalking his prey right now, and I don't think he'll be able to get up to 6th place. I think that's possibly too much of a leap. That's about what, 13, 14 seconds. So I think the highest he could only be probably 7th, but mind you, with penalties, I'm not sure, so...
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I'm seeing King Panda still is in this race, and still trying to...
George just made an overtake on Bosworth into the penultimate corner.
Oh dear, so Bosworth is now down to 3rd place, but he will get DRS, and he has got a lot of battery actually, so he might be able to attempt to have a go back. He's not using it though, and Rabbi's not too far behind. And we'll have to wait and see what happens with H. Bosworth. He's still in 3rd, so that's a good attempt for him. But Carl has been comfortably out in front this whole race, Lee. No dramas for him to speak of.
No, he's led the majority of this race. Just, not actually the whole race, isn't it? Pretty much.
Yeah, the whole race comfortably. Yeah, he has definitely done that pretty comfortably. As Panda's trying to unlap himself, he needs to be careful about this. And he does unlap himself, but did give Drismic a time penalty. So do you have to be? You can unlap yourself, but you need to be very careful when you do it. Rabbi is quite far behind. Dark Stomper is very close behind. Marshall, we'll see. I don't think he may be able to make up a place or two, but that will be about it. And Phoenix and Beckett are also very close together as well. We'll see what Dark Stomper can do here, and he's going to get the job done well before the braking zone. Marshall don't think he's going to fight back on this one on those 10 lap old medium tyres. 3/10 separate Beckett and Panda.
I think Fatality may have made a mistake at one point, is he not? The gap's only 5 seconds now. Between Dark Stomper and Fatality. It was at 12 seconds roughly.
It was, yeah. So he's making good ground on Fatality, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Phoenix and Beckett are fighting for 11th place. No points on the line here. Only driver Prix. Beckett goes very deep. That's going to set up a pretty decent chance for Phoenix, but nothing doing through the exit of the chicane. Round the final 2 corners onto the start finish. You will have DRS on Beckett. Beckett goes right to the inside, lets him go past. Not sure what that was about.
Still gets DRS.
He thought he might have got DRS, but he didn't. Phoenix got it, so that was not a wise choice from Beckett there, if that was the case. Just seeing these drivers at the front, seeing Gods is making up some time, but I don't think he's got enough time in his pocket compared to laps. It's all quieting down, really, Lee. It does always seem to happen like that at Russia.
Yeah, the closest battle I could see right now is Beckett and Phoenix. Thanks, other than that side Marshall and Dark Stomper, but Dark Stomper's just pulling away at the moment. It's trying to catch fatality. Let's see. Probably H plausible for the Gods, but that's pretty much the same scenario there.
So, we're just seeing Beckett very close behind Phoenix, so for this battle for 11th, closest battle on track by some margin actually. And he has got DRS on Phoenix, and he is getting closer and closer. Phoenix is going defensive, a little weave to the right and to the left, trying to break the toe. And was able to hold him off. I'm not sure if he's going to have a go into turn 5 here, Lee. I don't think he is.
It isn't the best corner to overtake that, but
Can be done there though.
it can be done, yeah, but it is a bit hit or miss sometimes. You're still sticking within that DRS window, so you should be able to manage to get a move done. Well, he's going to get it done quite soon, to be honest.
He is. Obviously, some of these drivers have got time penalties. We'll see if Beckett has a go. He's a bit too far back. Gets very close to the back of Phoenix, so on the brakes he was really trying to push on the brakes. He's trying to push on the exit of turn 2 and gets a big kick of oversteer out of the exit of turn 12. Just coming around the final 2 corners now, and we're about to go on to lap 24 for these guys.
Walk up for Phoenix there. That's going to set him at a major disadvantage. Yep.
It is, and he's got no battery either, and this is going to be done and dusted, I think. Phoenix is trying to defend to the inside. He's braking late, but not late enough. It actually goes off the circuit. Trying to hold on to that, Phoenix, and now drops a little bit behind Beckett now, and probably he's going to drop out of DRS within a few corners as he's on those newer, softer tyres. Fatality is really trying to close up on Judd Santi, and I think it's pretty possibly on those 16-lap old 16-lap old medium tyres. Gods is 4.2 seconds behind Carl, and that gap is shrinking. That gap is definitely shrinking between Judd Santi and Fatality. We might have a bit of racing for the last couple of laps of this race.
Yeah, I mean, it is getting really close. Oh, he's just on board with Milan Massimo. I think he's struggling on them hard tyres now.
Phoenix is very close to the back of Beckett again. These two are scrapping for 11th place going into the chicane, and Phoenix is still behind him. 4/10 separate 5th and 6th, and Dark Stomper is going to want them to fight hard the next 2 laps so he can catch up there.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, that's the one thing you want is the people. Oh,
yellow flag. Milan Massimo is out of the race. Going to move these two, Beckett and Phoenix. There is now going to be a point on the line between these two. And there's a big crash for Milan Massieu on the start-finish straight again. I don't know what's going on down that start-finish straight. It's happened a couple of times.
Fatality's made a move on Judge Santi.
He has made the move on Judd Santi, moves himself up to 5th place now, but Judd is still going to try and take that position back, but those medium tyres are really not going to be in the best working window. But of course Fatality has got a time penalty. Top 4 have no penalties, Lee.
Well, I guess that's just the way it's going to be then.
I think so. 3.3 seconds separate the top 2. Yellow flag, sector 3. And Drismic is in the wall, and he's always struggling to get to the end of the races. He hasn't gained any points the last quite a lot of races. These drivers might be both fighting for a couple of points. And Phoenix has been spun as well. It's all happened on lap 26.
Oh, Jesus.
2.9 seconds separate the top 2, Lee. I don't think they're going to have a fight for the lead at the end. You never know, though.
Oh, H. Bosworth's picked up a penalty by the looks of things.
But I think he'll be alright with that gap to the next driver. We're still watching this time between the top 2. God can see Carl ahead, Lee.
That's got to be painful. He'll be thinking to himself, I should have went in earlier.
I think he just had that margin. He's keeping that gap now. 2.8 seconds. We'll go on to the final lap. And I don't think there's really any battles to speak of. We've got 1.6 seconds as Dark Stomper to Judd, but Judd has got no penalties. Yeah, 1 second separate Judd and Dark Stomper. 2.5 seconds separate the top 2. It's so close, but yet so far for these 2 drivers, or for Gods even. Obviously, Carl, as long as Carl doesn't get a penalty in this last lap, of course, which he's really going to try and not do. 0.8 separates Judd and Dark Stomper. 2.2 seconds. I reckon if there'd have been another lap, Lee might have had him at the end of this race. The pace is there, and Carl is just trying to creep it to the end. He's never been on the podium in Tuesday night racing. He's been struggling for his positions this season, struggling to get some points. 2 tenths separate Dark Stomper and Joe. We'll go back to that in a minute. Yeah, no podiums for Carl to speak of, no wins. But if you're going to do the first podium, Lee, you do it the best way. You take first place, which he does, and he wins the Russian Grand Prix. Dark Stomper goes past Judd Santi, but it's not going to be enough with that time penalty for Dark Stomper, and he's not going to be able to create a gap big enough for 6th place. Fatality struggling. H. Bosworth cross the line, first podium for 2 drivers today, Lee. A win and a 3rd place for the 2 of them, and Judd is going to come home in. We'll see what happens with these penalties. Fatality comes home 5th. Dark Stomper comes home 6th. Judd goes up to 5th place. A good result for him. Dark Stomper in 7th. I think that may be his worst performance.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but it is what it is, really. Unfortunately, but he'll be happy that you at least got some points on the board from starting in P15.
He will indeed. It was very good points. It's good points in that sense, but I think for Dark Stomper, he'll not be happy with that. We're just seeing Drismic and Beckett, the last 2 drivers to finish. We see the 10th place of Beckett come round the final corner. That's the end of our Russian Grand Prix. I have to say that's been probably our most up and down race all season, actually. With Dark Stomper getting driver of the day, but I think we should give that driver of the day to Carl. Sorry, Lee.
Yeah, I agree. Dark Stomper did do well as well, though, to be honest. I mean,
He did have his incident in the middle of the race, of course, which
of course, yeah, of course.
we're gonna have to speak about after the race
But
with
I
a
would
few
say
of them.
Fatality done really well. Same with well, Phoenix up until his incident. Phoenix and Beckett battling it out. They two were just out with each other pretty much the whole race.
Yeah. So anyway, just to round out the grid, obviously Carl with our first place and first time in first place, Gods in second, good performance from him, H. Bosworth in third, great performance from him as well, Rabbi in fourth, fifth is Judd Santee, sixth is Fatality Dark Stomper in seventh, eighth is I Marshall, ninth is Drismic, who did get himself in the points in the end, Beckett in 10th, 11th is Phoenix, King Panda finished 12th, and Abanash, who left the session early, his AI car finished 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. Milan Massimo, Mars and Cons all didn't finish this race.
So that was quite a roller coaster of events of a race, I would say.
It definitely was. As we were a little bit late tonight, guys, we won't do any interviews, so we will leave it here. As you said, we've got SRM tomorrow. Do you know what tomorrow is, Lee?
Wednesday.
Say again?
It's Wednesday.
SRM. Do you know what track it is tomorrow? Are you just being funny with me?
I'm just being funny. It's Austria. I was checking
Austria tomorrow with SRM. We have obviously Super League starting at Austria as well on Sunday, and you can watch Group A with me and Lee, and that'll be Limitless Formula Racing, Rookie Racing League, and JFL as well. And you can catch all the other groups on different channels. You'll be with Gaz, and that's DxT Ferret Gaming, Curly on his Twitch channel, and we've got Rayner on his Facebook live channel as well. All the links will be in the description from Sunday, and that's about it, Lee. We're at Texas obviously next Tuesday for that race, and next Monday we're at Singapore, so that's going to be a lot of fun for you, isn't it?
I'm not a fan of Singapore, to be honest, but it is still a good track. I just tend to never ever do well there somehow.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's one of those level-hated tracks. Anyway, thanks for today, Lee. Thanks for everyone for watching with us, and we'll catch you next week at Texas. Obviously, I said FSL on Sunday. Thanks again for the 100+ subscribers now. Make sure to keep pressing that red button. And yeah, and so it's thanks from me and from Lee.